All right, what's going on, everybody? So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to set up a YouTube studio, as well as give you a tour of my own very fancy YouTube studio. And I'm just gonna tell you exactly what you need to know and how to set one up. And before we get into it, please smash that like button. And that being said, let's get started. All right, so here we are. This is my studio. This is where everything happens. That being said, there's a couple things I want to point out. This is actually my dining room. So I basically converted my dining room into a studio. Now, you always want to have, I actually spent a good amount of money on this this desk. You can just have any type of office desk, but I like this one because it doesn't move around too much. So it's a very sturdy and kind of like a rustic looking desk. Typically, the second thing you need to know, you should have some type of background. I still don't know how I feel about the boxing glove and the money. So let me know if you have any thoughts on that. But generally speaking, you don't want to just have like a white background. I've had a white background before, and I think this is a little bit more engaging. And if you look at a lot of the top YouTubers, they typically have like some type of cool desk. They have a cool background. And then the next thing we'll talk about is the lighting, because that's very important. So fortunately, lighting is actually very inexpensive for the most part. I don't have all my lighting set up right now because I'm just kind of doing like a little tour video, but I'll show you. I have this guy, box light. I have this guy. It was actually a set on Amazon, and I'll put all the links to the products that I use below so you can use the same ones. And my favorite light, this is actually the best one. This is like the ring light, and you'll see I have like my notes for videos that I'll do. So typically when I'm shooting a video, I'll get all the lights on. This is the main light, and you actually put your camera, which I'll show you right here. You put your camera like right there, so it's kind of like its own little tripod, because I would say you need a tripod, but if you get a light like that, you don't need a tripod. So I'll put all these lights on. I might open the window a little bit depending on how I feel, depending on how it looks. And then, the next thing obviously is your camera. So that's pretty important. And the camera that I use is the RX100V, and it's really small, but it's also very powerful. I mean, you can almost like miss it. Just, it's so small, but it's great. It's very easy to use. I'm not a big camera person. I am by no means like a camera expert. So I found this camera. It was actually recommended by Casey Neistat. The guy's got like 12 million YouTube subscribers, maybe more than that. I think he's like one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. So he recommends using that camera. That's the one he uses a lot of times. So my thought on that, if it's good enough for him, it's probably good enough for you. I think it costs about $700 or $800. So it's a little bit pricier, but once you start making YouTube videos, you want your production quality to get better and better. So getting started, I'm just shooting this video right here on my iPhone just because it was easier that way. But eventually you want to keep improving your lighting, you want to improve your background, you want to improve your camera. Eventually you want to get to the point where, hey, maybe you have a whole team, maybe you have a whole production staff. But you definitely don't need to start with that, but it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. So if you don't have $800 to spend on a camera, that's fine. I didn't get this camera until I think a year or two ago. After I really started taking a little bit more seriously the whole YouTube business and seeing the possibilities and the potential that's out there. So this is basically my whole studio setup. It's pretty simple. There's lighting, a table. I bring a chair obviously to sit in. I'll have my computer out and I'll talk about different things: real estate, marketing, personal finance, how to build a YouTube studio, different things like that. But yeah, lighting, table, camera, cool background. If you need a tripod, you'll have to get one, but a lot of lighting nowadays, especially this ring light, there's a tripod built in, so it's pretty easy. And then the last thing is just to come up with ideas, to come up with content ideas for YouTube. And in my opinion, the best way to do this, and I heard this from someone else, I believe it was Clark Kegley. I think he has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. He said, whatever whatever channel, whatever topic you're interested in, find their top 20 most popular videos, and then get ideas for your own videos based on ones that already have a proven track record of getting a lot of views. So one of the whole reasons I'm doing this video is, I think people would probably find it interesting because, probably next year I'll do another one where it's a much nicer studio, and year after that and whatnot. But also these type of videos get a lot of views. So you typically don't want to just be like the pioneer where you're just doing some crazy random video that doesn't really have a track record. Now, you should always try to be original and come up with new ideas and put your own spin on different things. But in general, follow ideas and topics that already have a lot of views, get a lot of watch time, get a lot of engagement on YouTube's algorithm. And in fact, I actually just paid a virtual assistant to look at 20 different channels, come up with the 20 most popular videos on each of those channels. And then my next videos, I'm going to get a lot of ideas just from the content that's on there. So it's a great way to come up with content. You don't have to be too original. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And actually, let me restate that. So that's all you have to do as far as getting a studio set up and shooting your content. But obviously, once you film your content, whether you're in an office like this or maybe you're out and about doing something, you really need to spend time editing the video. So you can edit it yourself on iMovie. There's also a lot of editing services that will do this for you and come up with professional quality editing for your videos, because that's going to be a huge thing. People don't want to watch some crummy video that's not in 4K or that has bad audio, bad lighting, things like that. So you want to get it edited, and then you also want to optimize your video. So I believe I did a video on how to optimize YouTube videos, but you want to do search engine optimization. So people, when they're searching different keywords, you want to have a cool thumbnail. You want to fill in the description on YouTube so it picks up more keywords. Maybe you have some links in there if you have a website or you're trying to sell something. But you really want to optimize it and get it edited professionally, have a good studio setup, and then also base your video ideas on already popular video ideas that are out there. Okay, so thanks for watching this video on how to set up a YouTube studio. I'll put the links to the products below so you can check them out on Amazon. Highly recommend you get professional lighting and a really good camera, which I have both of those, at least in my opinion. So thanks for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next ones. All right, bye.